Jakob, Unisport Web TV, here today to talk some tech. Because we get loads of questions from you guys out there what the differences actually are between the new Elastico Superfly and the Elastico Finale III that were just released. And well, apart from the fact that the Superfly is high cut and the Elastico Finale is not, there are actually quite a few differences. So I'm gonna take a closer look at those today. In other words, stay right here with me. Now, recently Nike revamped their Elastico line a bit with the introduction of the Elastico Superfly. And that means that they now have two top models in the Elastico line, just like they do in the Magista and the Mercurial silo. Alright, so the Elastico Superfly is made with an upper of Flyknit, which is this knitted synthetic yarn. And on top of that, we have some layers of NikeSkin, which is basically a very thin layer of silicone. Now, as we can see on the outside of the shoe, we can see that there's a single layer of NikeSkin, whereas on the tip and on the inside of the shoe, we can see that there are two layers. And this is basically to protect the Flyknit and the shoe itself against the abrasion you get, especially if you take the shoe out on the streets. Now, on the other hand, the Elastico Finale III also has NikeSkin on the upper because it's made with a mesh NikeSkin combination. Now basically this lightweight thin mesh makes up this honeycomb-like pattern you can see on the upper of the Finale. Now on top of this mesh that really makes the skeleton of the upper, Nike have applied their NikeSkin, this thin layer of silicone, to really give it some structure and this pretty barefoot-like feel also in the Finale. And just like on the Superfly, we can see that Nike have applied an extra layer of NikeSkin simply to protect the shoe against abrasion. But the thing and the difference from the Superfly is that this mesh NikeSkin combination might be a little bit more stiff and rigid than on the Superfly, but it's actually also a bit thinner. So it's pretty much up to you to decide what you like the most. But you know what? The list goes on. Because on the Superfly, we have these Brio cables that connects the laces to the sole. And basically when you pull the laces tight, they really lock your foot down on the sole to give you a secure fit where you don't slide around when you twist and turn, which you happen to do a lot when you play small-sided football. And no, the Brio cables are not on the Elastico Finale, so you don't get the same amount of lockdown. But then again, it means a thinner upper. Now the most obvious difference is of course the fact that the Superfly has the dynamic fit collar and the Finale does not. But while the Superfly has the more natural and seamless fit, simply because there are no distractions whatsoever, they are actually kind of similar in this regard, simply because Nike took away the tongue on the Elastico Finale II and replaced it with this neoprene sleeve. Now on a completely different note, neoprene is the same stuff they use for wetsuits, so it is pretty soft and stretchy. And that means that you actually get somewhat of a natural fit without that many distractions on the Finale as well. Now I mentioned that the upper is the only difference, and that is because both the Superfly and the Finale III comes with two options for soles, which is the IC for indoors and street if you want, and turf for, well, yeah, turf. And if you want to check out how these two soles work, you can click the annotations right over there. So, the big question, which of the Superfly and the Finale III should you choose? Well, if you want this really sock-like fit with no distractions at all, the Superfly is pretty much the one for you. Whereas if you want a more classic fit where you feel a bit more that you're wearing an actual shoe, maybe the Elastico Finale III is the way to go. But take it from me, both of them feel really awesome on your feet. And it is a bit more like, hey, I'm not wearing anything. So you can get closer to the ball and actually focus on making some magic. The concept applies to both of them. But which of the Superfly and the Finale do you like better? Well, you can let me know in the comment section below. Because this was all I have for you for today. But as always, we're back again later with more Unisport Web TV. You can count on that. I'm signing off. Cheerio.